We're gonna have a little fun today. You know, everybody else gets to mock and make fun of Anita Sarkeesian and feminist frequency, so why shouldn't I join the fun? So that's what I'm gonna do today. We're gonna look at Feminist Frequency's new video, Body Diversity in Video Games, All the Slender Ladies. So let's have some fun. Nice modern game there. Femme Freak. Tropes versus Women in Video Games, Season 2. Nice pause. 7 minutes and 24 seconds. All that money's going to good use, eh? Alright. Yes, all those slender, nice-looking ladies.
At their annual BlizzCon event in 2014, the wildly successful...
Oh, we start off going at... Guess who's first? We're gonna start going after Blizzard. I wonder what game she's gonna go after this time.
Successful game studio Blizzard Entertainment showed off a new game they had in the works called Overwatch. And from that first reveal,
Big shock.
it was clear the appeal of Overwatch...
Tracer, right? Yeah, that's where we're going now. Okay, yeah.
resided in its cast of characters. A diverse assortment of heroes, each with unique traits and abilities.
Diversity.
The roster revealed at BlizzCon included men and women, sentient robots, and super intelligent gorillas. However, for all the apparent variety and
all that racial diversity
heroes Blizzard showed off at the game's debut, there wasn't much diversity to be seen in the body types represented by the female heroes. The male characters introduced that day included the towering knight Reinhardt, the sturdy engineer Torbjorn, the agile archer
Yes, we all want to see a bearded woman. That's what we want to see, yeah. Okay.
Hanzo, and the hulking simian scientist Winston, among others. The 5 female characters introduced consisted of the slender adventurer Tracer, the slender healer Mercy, the slender support character Symmetra, the slender sniper Widowmaker, and the
I see lots of body
armored
diversity.
Security
Big boobs, big ass, small ass.
Farah. Overwatch was hardly alone in having all of its female characters share a similar physique. In Ultra Street Fighter 4, characters such as Dalsum, Hakan, E. Honda, Rufus, and Vega represent a significant range of male body types. Looking at
That's a real body type right there? Round? I don't think I've ever seen anyone that round.
Vega represent a significant range of male body types. Looking at the roster of female
Fictional
characters, however,
body types,
while some
you mean?
may be a bit taller than others or have slightly larger thighs, not one of them represents a notable...
Okay, not for every woman. This doesn't apply to every woman, but generally there's less diversity in female body types than in male body types. Usually it's generally in certain areas that women are different. Boobs, butts, faces, that generally... I mean, that's my observation. I don't know if scientifically that's true, but...
departure from the slender body type that has been established as the standard of conventional female attractiveness.
Those are not slender women. Those are muscular women. Very buff, muscular women.
Similarly, when we look at the champions on offer in the...
Oh yeah, there's your racial diversity. There's a creature there, and a creature there, and a weird, fuzzy... furry creature there. Nice diversity there.
Hugely popular MOBA League of Legends, we see the designers employing a wonderful range of body shapes and proportions across dozens of male characters. From the classic muscular warrior physique of Taric, to the hefty beer belly of Gragas, to the cartoonishly disproportionate body of Dr. Mundo. There isn't any one male body type that is presented
Cartoonish. It's fantasy.
as the standard default male body type, and the value of these characters is definitely not connected to their sexual desirability. But when we look at the female heroes, there's nothing approaching the diversity we see on the male side of the roster. There are a few noteworthy variations from the standard.
So here's somewhat of a news flash, Anita. Men and women are different. I don't feel I need to explain why and how they're different. You're an adult.
Malawi is somewhat more muscular than many of the female characters. Jinx has smaller breasts, and there's the cute gnome-like Tristana. But the overwhelming majority of female characters make it clear that a slender figure with prominent breasts is viewed as the standard for female character design. Likewise, in Dota 2,
Doi.
male heroes can be handsome or
Men like boobs, and women, well, want to have big boobs. I mean, where's the mystery here?
comical, outlandish, or grotesque, while female heroes are mostly relegated to being standard humanoid characters with conventionally attractive facial features.
Oh yeah, humanoid character with horns. That's conventional.
Where are all the female rock creatures, skeletal priests, and whatever this thing is? This isn't just an issue in fighting games, MOBAs, and other titles that give players a range of characters to choose from. Female characters across the board are often limited to that same specific body type.
I should kill you. Doing all right there?
Stay away from her.
Sure you want to let him go? And this guy wants me to trust him.
It's as if male characters are free to embody whatever physique best communicates their personality or abilities, but when it comes to the designs of female characters, that kind of imagination and creativity often doesn't seem to exist. Rather than seeing such...
Because video game characters, specifically women that aren't made to be sexy and athletic, are boring and ugly looking. Sorry. I mean, it's fantasy. Lighten up. Lighten up, Anita.
An exciting range of female characters, we mostly get the same body type over and over again, one designed to be sexually appealing to the presumed straight male player. This reliance on the same body type for so...
Got news for you, Anita. Women like that too. They like to play as that character.
many female
That's a nice
characters
pause.
isn't just boring, it's harmful. It links our value as human beings within the culture to our desirability to men, and it reinforces our culturally influenced ideas about who gets to be considered desirable and who doesn't. The problem is exacerbated by the fact that when we do see representations of women with different body types, they're often presented as a joke, as in Fat Princess. Or they're pathologized and presented as a twisted transgression of the established feminine ideal, as in the case of the...
Wow, did she actually put a trigger warning on this video?
Let's see just how shameless you are, you dirty little
Nice.
skank. Say hello to my little friend.
No, not again.
When the majority of women who populate these game worlds are designed from the same narrow template, the problem isn't just what we're seeing in games, it's what we're not seeing. The fact that fat women and women with different body shapes aren't featured in these worlds reinforces the false notion that these women are less valuable and less worthy of recognition than those women whose bodies come closer to matching the cultural beauty standard. These limitations on creativity when it comes to female characters don't stop with...
It's complete bullshit. Cultural beauty standard. The cultural beauty standard varies from generation to generation. Sometimes women who are larger and more fat on them are more appealing to generations. I mean, look at Picasso and those, pretty large, more curvy women, as opposed to, you get fads where there's skinny, scrawny women with no curves. They're just sticks. It's just
body
whatever.
type. We also don't see the same range of ages commonly represented as we do with male characters. It's not unheard of to see male...
Because women don't like to show their age. I mean, this is ridiculous. I mean, yes, women wear makeup. Women do go out of their way not to show how old they are. It's kind of human nature.
soldiers, fighters, and heroes who appear to be in their 40s, 50s, and even older.
You're right.
Playable female characters, on the other hand, are almost always young, and it's for the same reason that so many of them have the same body type. They're intended to be sexually appealing to straight male players. The result is that we have plenty of representations of male characters who communicate that men can continue to be active, vital, and powerful over
Look, I'm not much of a gamer myself, but I'm pretty sure she's just scratching the surface of what you can do in games, and I'm pretty sure that there are ways of making women that are not, like, the ideal skinny woman in, like, suppose, like, MMOs and stuff like that. I'm assuming there are options. I'm not a game... I play strategy games. Command & Conquer, Total War games, some Blizzard, StarCraft, Warcraft. I'm a strategy guy. I'm not a huge like RPG MMO kind of guy. You know, I'll leave the opinions of those opinions to people who are more familiar with that. But I mean, we've come a long way, Anita. I mean, let's be honest.
The course of their lives. Meanwhile, the absence of older playable female characters wrongly suggests that women's value is tied directly to their beauty and youth, and that when they're older, that value is all used up. There aren't many good examples of prominent positive representations of women with different body types in major contemporary games. In Life is Strange, there's the minor character.
Oh yes, the one that talks like a land whale.
I didn't know you were a sci-fi geek like us. What's your favorite?
Life is Strange.
In Assassin's Creed Syndicate, there's Agnes McBean, owner of the train which becomes the hero's base of operations.
Then may I present to you Agnes and Bertha, Lady and Locomotive.
And in Star Wars Knights of the
Wait,
Older
what?
Republic 2, Kreia...
Lady and locomotive? Okay. Weird thoughts are coming to mind right now. A lady that's a locomotive. I'm thinking big. And let's leave it at that.
is a great example of a capable, powerful, older female character.
I am Kreia, and I am your rescuer, as you are mine.
Let's go back to Overwatch for a moment. Since that initial reveal,
Well, that's
a few female
that's Star
heroes have been
Wars,
added to the
but it's
roster.
more
There's Mei and Zarya, both of whom have
equal
body
to
types that are
reality,
notably
I guess,
different
in the
from
Star
those
Wars
of the
universe,
originally
so there
announced
probably
female
would be
characters.
more older characters that you can think of.
Reporting for duty.
And more recently, Blizzard announced the game's next hero, Anna, who's both an older woman and a woman of color. These characters are welcome and encouraging additions, but really they're just a start. Game developers need to continue actively working towards creating the same range and diversity.
Game developers need to actively. They don't need to do anything, Anita. They're private companies. They can do whatever the fuck they want. Okay? If they want to make an all-female cast, they can. If they want to make an all-male cast, they can. And they shouldn't have to be called misogynist. Final Fantasy. How come whenever, you're making an all-female Ghostbusters, and your heroes for making all-female Ghostbusters, but suddenly there's an all-male Final Fantasy game, and it's like, misogynists! It's like, yeah, well, if you're a misogynist, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. I mean, it's... whatever.
Female body representations that we see among male characters. When female characters' bodies are liberated from the need to uphold narrow, limiting cultural beauty standards...
Oh my gosh! Listen to this! It's like she, is Viva la Revolution in video games. I mean, it's just... it's a form of art. Video games is art. I mean... head explode. Somebody get me some duct tape.
Range of representations can not only make games themselves more interesting, it can encourage us to see all women as the desirable, valuable, autonomous, fully human individuals that we are.
You could be that and also be breathtakingly hot. In fact, it makes it more hotter when you have women that are hot and individual and that are hot and driven. Can't think of the words.